And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIsland Guy. Today we are back here in Limnos, Greece today. If you remember, there's an island kind of off the coast of Greece. So we're going to be heading over to Romania. And let me bring up the exact name of the airport. Timisoara, Romania. Name of the airport is Traian Viewer. I don't know if I'm really pronouncing it correctly. So, we're going to talk about that airport, or that area, once we get into the air. But right now, we're going to prepare to move off. Weather today, for the most part, is pretty good. Here in Mryina in Greece, we're looking at, or Mryina, we're looking at winds out of 060 12 knots, gusting up to 22 knots. Visibility is 10 kilometers. Scattered skies, as you can see. Things are looking really good out here. Very flyer friendly. Over in Romania, at our destination currently, the wind's out of 010 at 11 knots. Ceiling and visibility is okay. Temperature is -2 degrees C. And VFR conditions, there's little spots of snow in the area, but I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that too much once we get there. All right, so we are ready to rock and roll. Not TrackIR. OnAir is up and ready to go. As you can see, we have TrackIR loaded up again today. Just giving it a little try to see how things go in the CJ4. And we are all ready to go. Engine's already started. I'm just gonna pull up the airport map, and then we're gonna go ahead and taxi. So we're heading to, we're departing runway 4 right. I still find it strange because there's only one runway here, but anyway. I'm not going to worry with the passenger briefing because I don't think taxi is going to be that long. Why, oh why, oh why is there always a vehicle where we're trying to go? I have no idea why. Right. Gonna go flaps 15. Yeah, we are moving right now. Doing like 60 knots. Should probably not go this fast. Alright, this is what was weird. So the airport map has it as a taxiway. It looks like another taxiway, but it's actually another runway, which is weird. Looks like we have an aircraft here. Engine's on though. Don't see any aircraft coming, so let's get going, folks. Let's check. Yep, flaps are down. Good to go. Let's see. Our landing lights and our strobe lights are on. Probes are on. Going to takeoff mode. And I think we're all good to go, folks. Rotation speed today is 97 knots. Let's get out of here. Rotates all over the runway.
Airborne time log.
Scenery isn't looking the best. Seeing some clouds there. Alright, gear up. About to bring that up. And we'll go yaw damper and autopilot on. Go with our current heading. Oh, just hit my hand on the mic. And let's go nav mode. Alright. And 240. So we got out of here pretty fast. Cool, so we're climbing steadily right now. Crossed 10,000, so landing lights can come off. And then go to standard altimeter as well. Pretty sure I've already crossed the transition altitude. So let's shut off TrackIR for a second because I'm gonna be able to do some reading. Okay. All right, so Let's take a look at where we're heading today. If we bring up menu here. So we're going to Timisoara, Romania. I don't know if I pronounced it right or what, but let's see what Timisoara is all about. So, a couple fast facts. Timisoara is located in western Romania, and actually, I gotta check something real quick. I forgot to mention we're also doing a step climb today. So we're heading to 24,000 feet first, and that's 24,000 feet until Atfir, the Atfir waypoint. At that point, we can climb up to our cruising altitude of 43,000. So I'm going to keep an eye on the legs page, and I'm going to see exactly how far we have to go before we climb up to 43,000. It still looks like we have a little bit ways to go. About 65, 75, almost 90 nautical miles before we actually go to, we can actually climb to 43,000. So we're almost 24,000 now, which is good. All right. I actually got to keep an eye on the airspeed. So I'm gonna have to stay in the cockpit for now. Alright, so getting back to what we talk about, Timisoara. So, a few fast facts. As I mentioned, it's in western Romania. And the city is 52 square miles, elevation of 310 feet. Has a population of 319,500 people. It's been inhabited since 200 BC and was first documented in 1212 AD. So the first record of the city of Timisoara, built on the site of an ancient Roman fortress called Castrum Regium Themes, dates back to 1212. Over the years, Timisoara, the largest city in western Romania, has been influenced by many cultures. The Romans used it as an important crossroads fortress until the Tatars destroyed it in the 13th century. Conquered by Turkish armies in 1552, Timisoara remained under their protection until 1718, when the region of Banat came over Austrian rule for 2 centuries. Timisoara later became a vital commercial and manufacturing town. Turks, Austrians, Germans, and Serbs all left a mark, and their influence can be seen in neighborhoods throughout the city, even today. The charm of this city, settled on the northern bank of River Bega, lies in its distinct architectural character and vibrant cultural life. Frequently referred to as Little Vienna, Timisoara is home to year-round musical and theatrical performances, art galleries, museums, and a buzzing nightlife. A progressive cosmopolitan place, Timisoara was the first city in Europe and second in the world after New York to use electricity to illuminate its streets. That's very interesting. Thanks to its mild climate, Timisoara has lots of public squares and lush green retreats. The city is easy to explore on foot, and if you get tired, a tram will be along in a moment. The system is fast, frequent, and efficient. Timisoara abounds with churches of several denominations, a Jewish quarter, an elegant Baroque square, and pedestrian-only downtown area. Some of the mountains in the heart of the city afford panoramic views, and while the many parks in this city of flowers provide an idyllic spot to take a break from sightseeing. So some of the areas here that you can find, areas of interest, they got the Victory Square, the Union Square, Nicholas Linnell College, the Roman Catholic Cathedral, Freedom Square. You get some residential areas south and east of the Bay Canal, which are Josephine, Elizabethine, and Fabric residential districts. So these are the true gems of Jugendstil, or Art Nouveau architecture, built mainly in the 19th century. The small residential square of Yara Plevno, south of the Bega Canal, is bordered by excellent examples of the first phase of secessionist architecture, such as Gemenhardt's Peacock House, built in 1905. The facades are covered with an abundance of typical motifs: peacocks, swans, owls, and squirrels, together with finest vines and foliage. The theme continues on the buildings lining Splial, Tudor, Vladimirescu, following the south bank of the Bega, and to a lesser extent around nearby Piazza Maria and Boulevardo 16 December 1989. Secessionist or Art Nouveau architecture also can be found in the cities of Arad, Oradea, Cluj, Satu-Mare, and Targu Mureș. So you also have synagogues, the Great Synagogue, the New Synagogue, the Orthodox Synagogue, lots of museums. There's a winery, an ornithological reserve, it's lots of things to do. So that's a little bit on Timisoara. Just looking to see if there's any more information here. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, that was some quick information on Timisoara. That's where we're going to be heading, and once we come back, we'll be starting our descent into Timisoara, and hopefully we'll get a smooth landing. I've noticed, I think recently, I made a couple of little tweaks here and there, and I seem to be getting pretty smooth frame rates. Kind of dip a little bit when I turn on TrackIR, but for the most part everything is going alright, so can't really complain. Gonna try and keep these flights going for you folks, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it. We've officially hit 250 subscribers as of this video, which I'm really excited about, and I'm hoping that those numbers continue. I feel like it took me 10-11 months to get the first 100 subscribers. Then it was like it took 60 months to get the next 50. Then it's gone down to like 3 months to get the next 50 to 200, and it's gone down again to like a couple months to get the next 50. So I'm hoping that we kind of maintain a good pace and continue to grow. Of course, I mentioned before, trying to get to 1,000 subs, where at that point I'll do a face review. So I'm really excited to do that, and I think that's going to make the channel that much more interesting. So I'd love for everybody to help me get to 1,000 subs. That's kind of my crest go. And it's a little lofty right now, but we'll see how it goes. All right. I'm gonna go relax for a bit. Catch you guys when I get back, and when we get back, we'll be doing our descent. All right. It's your boy FlyIsland guy. I'll talk to you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are well into our descent into Timisoara. Right about now, we're at about 11,600 feet, and we're just flying the arrival for this airport. So let's go ahead and let's just bring up Navigraph, and you can just take a quick look at what's going on right now. So here at Tranvia, I think we're doing the you have to go back and look at our FMS. Where is it? We're going departure arrival. Navi 2A. Okay. Having a hard time seeing the keys. Alright. So we're doing the Navi 2A arrival. Pretty sure this is what we're doing right now. Yeah. And this is basically going to have us kind of flying a U-shaped pattern, and we're going to be heading towards the airport. Now what's weird about this is that we basically stay at 3,000 feet after we hit this last waypoint here, 59. If you look, it's showing we have to be at 3,000 feet exactly. So it's saying above and below, which means we have to be there exactly. And from there, we're pretty much moving right towards the airport. And we're going to be heading right over the top of the airport, and then turning to 090, heading back out, and then we're going to come back in to capture the localizer and come in for the landing. So it's a bit, I guess a bit convoluted because we're basically flying straight towards the airport and then moving away from it. But that's a VOR approach for you. Or I think it's an ILS. It's an ILS approach, but it's using the VOR at the airport. Alright, so we're going to be making a left turn soon. We can go ahead and get down that first notch of flap. We look out. Trying to see if I can see the airport. Up there it is. So this is actually the runway that we're landing on, straight ahead of us. We're basically going to fly straight towards it and then turn away from it. So I'm going to be starting the left turn pretty much now. Going below 10,000, so let's get our landing lights on. So this is a weird thing with the TrackIR. I'm getting like a little bit of stutter as I move around, but without TrackIR, frame rates are buttery smooth. So I think I may end up kind of moving in between TrackIR and no TrackIR just to kind of get some good visuals on some of the flights. Alright, so now we're pretty much heading straight for the runway. Straight ahead. But we're still at 6,000 feet, descending to 3,000. So I'm going to steer we are right now with our flaps at 15. We're going to continue our descent. But yeah, overall we are getting very, very close to the end of this level. In fact, let me just disable TrackIR. Very good. Let's just keep things nice and smooth for the rest of this flight. Look at that, absolutely buttery smooth frame rates without it. So yeah, we're getting close to the end of level 7. As I mentioned, which means that I'm going to be moving, well, taking my ball and heading home. We're going to be moving out of Europe. And I think what I'll do is I'll come back to Europe once there is an aircraft out that I want to fly specifically here in Europe. In fact, in general, as I've mentioned a couple times before, I just want to retire the CJ4 altogether. Mainly because channel-wise, it's an aircraft that's been around for a long time now. So I mean, not a lot of people really want to see it like that, like they used to. So these videos actually get like the least views on my channel now. So interesting. So we're heading right towards the runway now. I actually see the glide path coming into position, but we're not really high enough for approach right now, but we're not low enough to shoot the landing. Actually, you know what? We will be. We will be. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go approach mode. Now we're established on the localizer. By the time we get to the
altitude,
by the time we get to the waypoint where we're supposed to capture the glide slope, we should be at 3,000 feet. If we don't, I mean, we're just flying by hand. So when you fly to these places, I want to get views of the city, but I never can. I think the city is more out this way. But, yeah. I don't think we're going to be able to see it, though. Just our approach didn't take us over the city. So as I mentioned, I'm just shooting the actual approach now. I'm just going to go straight in. We're not going to bother doing that loop. And it makes sense. Using that VOR and looping back would make the most sense if you're coming from the opposite direction. Alright, we are established on the glide slope. As you can see, glide slope is green, the GS is green, and we're established on the localizer as well. Forgot to bring up our ref speeds. Could put those up there. Obviously, you wouldn't do this now. Decision height is 562 feet. I actually forgot to do this. So it's like 800 feet now. 560 is good enough. So when we land, I think we're going to be doing a right turn. And we should have a scenery installed for this airport. I actually forgot to check it before we landed. Alrighty, folks. I'm coming in extremely fast right now. This is even with the flaps down. So I'm just gonna bring the spoilers out slightly. Then once we hit flaps 35 speed, should probably drop the gear as well. Totally forgot to do that. That's why we're moving so fast. And flaps 35. Really losing speed now. Spoilers will go back in.
Green 00 at 9 knots.
Right, I'm gonna take over.
Minimums. Autopilot. Autopilot.
I can feel this is gonna be a smooth one. I can feel it. Coming in on our actual approach speed. Let's just smooth this, folks.
Landing time locked.
Here we go. Don't know why we started drifting right. Got a pretty strong crosswind, that's why. So I don't know why the plane weather van so strong into the crosswind. It doesn't make sense. Alright, so let's make sure our spoilers are extended. That's not it. Ah, what's going on? Good. Very good. I don't know what's going on there. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tranviua Airport here in Timisoara. Airport's coming up here on our left. What is up with this view? I So as I said, this is a third-party scenery available on flightsim.to. And this one looks pretty awesome. All right, what I'll do is I'll put us right here at one of the gates. There's a bunch of people standing around here, but all right. There's a Timisoara sign up top. Can't really see it. And here we are, folks. All right.
Engine off time log.
I forgot to switch off my beacon
It has
again.
been monitored by OnAir.
Here we are, folks. Just get a quick look at the scenery. This is why I don't spend too much time or too much money on buying sceneries, 'cause there's a lot of good freeware scenery out here. I'd rather just focus on spending my money on aircraft. Look at that. Got DHL. Awesome. Alrighty, folks. Cool. So that is it. As I mentioned, here's my OnAir. If we look, I'm almost at level 7. And as I said, once we hit level 7, that's going to be end of the line for me for Europe. So I'd say, I think once I complete a couple more flights with my other aircraft, that should get us to level 7. Then from there, I'm going to be moving back to no, actually, no, this one was 235 XP. Yeah, so this should once this hits level 7, I'm going to be taking the CJ4 and we're just going to be taking that trip back west. Probably go back where we came from, England, over to the Faroe Islands, then to Greenland. Or was it Iceland? I can never remember. And then I'm going to head back into the States. So from there, I think I'm going to try, I'll probably keep the CJ4 in the States and probably just do VATSIM flights, and then we're going to kind of decide from there where we're going to head next. So if you guys have watched the end of this video, I'd love to know, like, where should I be flying next? What region of the world should we be going to? I really want you guys to decide. So that's it for me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos if you see fit. And this is your boy FlyIsland Guy saying stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.